There are many ways in which people can learn, and from early ages, young learners start figuring out what kind of activities work best to understand and process the information. Before going through the different learning styles, let's start by defining the concept and stating why it is important to know about learning styles. According to Pritchard in his book Ways of Learning, published in 2014, learning styles refer to an individual's preferred intellectual approach to learning. In other words, certain tasks and activities might be more useful and significant than others during the learning process. Most of the learning experiences require the use of different senses, such as sight, hear, and touch. In most cases, there is one of those senses that a person uses the most to learn, and that is exactly what defines the learning style that better works for that person. In the education field, it is important to know about this topic to provide positive learning experiences through activities that are dynamic and approachable to different learning styles. In this way, we can be sure that we won't be only teaching a content, but also getting to know our students' learning approaches, abilities, strengths, and experiences to assure they will be learning effectively, being optimistic and comfortable towards their learning process, and enjoying the class experience and environment. There are three different learning styles. First, we have the visual learners. These learners learn best through the sense of sight. Among the class activities that are useful for them, we can find all the visual media that contains pictures or graphic organizers, such as charts, graphs, diagrams, maps, and any other sort of visual aid that help them summarize and relate the concepts to each other. For visual learners, the use of color is really important either to highlight or differentiate the concepts. Then we also have the auditory learners, who prefer learning experiences that engage the use of hearing. Activities such as group discussions, lectures, and other audio resources are really helpful for this type of learners, who most likely will be repeating what they hear in their own words and being very fluent when they express verbal ideas. Finally, we have the kinesthetic learners. This group is also called hands-on learners because they love to learn through interaction and experimentation. They also don't get along with traditional methodologies that are more beneficial for visual or auditory learners. Instead, the kinesthetic learners are more active in their learning process as they like to interact with objects that they can use to play or build, as well as any kind of activity that requires movement such as role plays. I hope you find this information really useful and I appreciate your attention.